In the abandoned attic of an old house, among the cobwebs and forgotten things, there was a strange object, an old doll. Her gaze was fixed, her eyes seemed to glow, and her smile evoked an inexplicable feeling of unease. Unaware of the secret behind these antiques, I decided to give the doll to my younger sister Anna. After years of being in the attic, the doll found a new home, but the events that followed were far from ordinary. Strange things began to happen in our house. Objects disappeared and appeared in unexpected places, groans and whispers were heard in the silence. I began to think that the house was empty and climbed forever into the darkness of the past. My sister, Anna, told me that the doll wakes her up at night, and she hears voices. It seems that she is talking to her. Instead of scaring her away with fears, I tried to reassure my sister by telling her that it was all just her imagination. But with each passing day, the strange events became more intense. The doll, as if having found its own eye, moved around the house, and her eyes began to seem more real. Every night, when I went down to the kitchen for water, I heard groans and eerie sounds coming from the gloomy corners of the house. My curiosity made me start investigating. I found out that this doll belonged to a girl named Anna May, who disappeared many years ago under mysterious circumstances. Residents of the city said that after her disappearance, the doll was doomed and cursed. The curse, driven by ancient secrets, could harm those who touched this doll. She became a prisoner of time, but the cries of little Anna May remained in her soul. I decided to go in search of the truth and free the doll from the curse in order to reconcile the soul of a little girl. To do this, I had to take a chance and climb into the old abandoned house where Anna May disappeared. Inside a dark and abandoned house, when it got dark, I finally saw a ghostly apparition. There, in the corner, stood little Anna May. Her blue eyes looked at me vaguely, as if she still did not understand what had happened to her. She was breathing heavily, as if the curse was still holding her captive. Fearing for myself and for my sister, I held out the doll to little Anna May. Her small hands grasped the doll gently, and for a moment the world fell into place. It seemed that the curse was resolved, and the girl's soul found peace. Coming back, I realized that some mysteries remain unsolved, but perhaps I could help at least one lost spirit. The doll seemed to have lost its sinister power and remained in the attic. Her eyes no longer glowed, but I left her there, knowing we had nothing to fear anymore, for Anna May's soul had finally found peace. And so, having finished the story about the cursed doll and the mystery of the dark legacy, I realized that there are many unsolved stories in this world that are hidden from us, and perhaps some of them are better left unanswered.